Okay, I'm gonna do a VOD review for uh, Valacy. Doing RootBound. It seems you're pretty new to this weapon or new to the game, not sure. Um, Seemed like people were saying this fight didn't go too well for you. I've played RootBound quite a bit, so I'm pretty comfortable on this weapon.
Or
Hopefully I can
hammers.
help. Um, Starting at the start of the fight real quick. Um, Guardian armor's fine. Assassin hood good. Roll shoes good. Lurcher sandwich. I I usually just go omelet. More cooldowns. Quicker W respawn. I mean, usually have omelet's just better in my opinion. Um, Also your Q. Don't run this Q. It's on you're running plate. There's not really a point. Just run the shields. Then you can stack no matter what. You don't have to be hitting something. The shields are pretty useful. Um, this weapon doesn't do any damage. Also, personal preference on the W. I like the pull W. It seems to be pretty useful. You can pull people inside while you're running them down. The only other probably thing I'd run is probably the polymorph. Utility's better than this damage. You're not going to do much damage. Like, yeah, it helps you get stacks, but you should be getting stacks anyway. Also, I don't know what passive you're running on the weapon, but I personally always run the passive that is like once you hit an enemy, it starts passively generating stacks for you every like 30 seconds or something, and it gives you some stacks. So then you just hit one person with like a shield Q every once in a while, and then throughout the whole fight, you should pretty much never be running out of stacks. Like I never do. If I run shield Q and pull W, I don't need this to generate stacks, nor do I need this Q. Um, because this is gonna running these two too also is just gonna force you to put yourself in a position you don't want to be in at all times. Your objective with let me get this thing open. With your objective with this weapon is to be inside the team. You want to be covering everyone. And what I've said before, I've done a VOD review on this before, which I'll also link. This weapon, you want to be in tree form 99% of the time, unless you're guarding armor or assassin hood, and then you should immediately be back in tree form as fast as you can. Like switch human, stack, guardian armor, assassin hood, switch back to tree. As long as you have your W up, you should be in tree form, like sitting ready to click W, finger on the button, standing in the best position. That's the sole objective of this weapon is to stop people's engage and click W on engage. So like right now, if you didn't have this W or this Q, you'd be standing here. You'd be shield queuing some people at the front, getting your stacks, and then the moment you shield queue, you switch into tree form and you just sit right here. And then your circle that you have, your aura circle, should be guarding like all these people. So in case a rampart bomb comes from this rampart up here, there's like a rampart. You can click W and cleanse everybody, and you don't have to worry about dying on tree almost ever if you're in tree form because your W is an iframe. So this W is an iframe. When you click it, you can't die. So it's also safest for you to be doing that because you don't want to die on tree too. Should be pretty hard. The only way you should die on trees is if you get stuck out of position because it has a really low amount of movement. So like, yeah, if you get ran over or you're getting like chased, yeah, you can die on tree pretty easy. But like standing here next to this wall, you shouldn't be standing here. First, you're doing nothing. The edge of your tree circle is only covering 3 people and some retard who's standing here. Like I don't know what he's doing, but there's no value, and you're also getting in position to just get bombed from this rampart. You can just get bombed for free, so no benefit standing here. And the reason you're doing it is because you're running wrong Qs and Ws. And again, I'm saying all this not to flame you. I have no idea if you're new to this weapon or new to the game or not. Just trying to help you because this weapon is it's probably one of the most impactful weapons. It got nerfed a little bit, so it's not completely broken, but it's still really good. If you can play it well, it's broken. Key things you should be looking for on tree, you should be assessing what their clumping strategy is from the enemy. So if it's a kite zerg, you should be waiting for their witchwork staff, which is a blue puddle or a purple puddle that sucks people in like a black hole. That you should click W as soon as you see it to stop any of our allies from getting sucked into it. If it's a melee Zerg, you should be looking for their Earth Rune staff, the giant golem, and you should be clicking W before he clicks W to counter him. One-hand mace, if you have a enemy one-hand mace collar running inside you with a air compress, you should be clicking W before that so you don't get clumped. Anything like that, camlan, stuff like that. Also, I always say this to a lot of tree players, throwing this Q thing, to me, on tree, unless, especially while you're learning, maybe once you get really good at it, don't focus on anything but being in tree with stacks with your W. If you do that, no one will ever complain. They'll be like, okay, tree did really good job. If you're focusing on throwing these Qs, doing all this stuff, the more time you're spending doing any other abilities but this one and your assassin hood, you're not playing the optimal part of this weapon. And you could, like, say you're throwing a Q and all of a sudden they have a bomb squad, or you switch into human and you're trying to like do some shit with your W and your Q, and then they hit a bomb squad and you're not in tree form ready to go. It's too late. You could die and your entire team could die because you're not doing your job.
Or hammers.
Don't know what that Q over the wall's for. You're also wasting your stacks throwing these Qs. Don't really do much. Like, until you've learned how to play this weapon, don't use the Q. Just maintain your stacks by switching. You click E to switch. You should have different W's and Q's, the ones I said. You switch into human form. You do a shield Q on all your allies right here. You switch back immediately and have your finger on the W button. That's all you do. And you just follow around the clump of people until you see the enemy engage, and then you click W, then you assassin hood, then you rinse and repeat. That's all you do. And you use your boots to maintain positioning within your Zerg.
They're hard going back to Lord now.
Careful.
Stop aggroing those guards. Yeah, like this Q and W is gonna just it's a waste of your time. You shouldn't be following these guys either. You should be staying up near our hammers, guarding our hammers with your W. Maybe at the end of this VOD real quick, I will share a point of view of, I think I have some RootBound gameplay. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. You should always be trying to maintain whatever this circle is. You need to put whoever's in danger and the most amount of people as possible in this circle. That's your job. So if Hawk's standing here, you need to be standing here and cover all these people. Cover them all. Because if you're standing up there and something happens, you can't do jack shit. So right here, you see them coming from the northwest. They're probably going to rip in this direction. This is what's going to happen. You can see them all moving. They're going to come down here and they're going to rip. So you need to be standing right here. You need to have your tree form activated. And right when they engage, you click W. Let's see what you do.
Here, Lambo stepping, care, west.
Oh, this is Lambo. So yeah, so Endangered's a kite Zerg. So they're going to hit really, really, really fast. So you need to be in position.
I think they're going to try to hit Shell here.
So you're going to be looking against a kite Zerg. You're going to be looking for this guy. See this weapon? This thing? Called Hand of Justice. It pulls people. You hard counter this weapon if you're fast enough. You need to figure out where he's going to be pulling. His objective is to try to pull people into the damage. So if they're engaging, for instance, like over this wall, and they wanted to hit right here, and they were all like right here, and they were going to hit, he will come out this way. He'll go all the way to this wall, and he'll spiral all these people into this. So you need to be standing here with your big green circle to stop all of this. That's your job. So you kind of have to like focus and figure out what they're trying to do and be in position already to stop them. And be in position in tree form, not human. Otherwise, you're just giving them free kills because they'll kill you. If you're not in tree, you die. So right here, they're going to rip in the middle. They're going to rip here probably. Or like over the wall. It looks like their GA is hitting over the wall, but it's not on this side where you're standing. Oh, now they're coming over to your side. So yeah, now you need to tree. You need to tree right now. So you killed everyone there. You killed this person. This guy has ice block luckily, but you could have saved this person. Maybe you could have saved this person. You could save this person. I don't know if they're gonna die, but they might. But you trolled right there. And I'll tell you why. And again, this isn't to flame you, but you're sitting in tree.
Just be careful, he's trying to pull it.
You're sitting in tree. Perfect positioning. Ready to go. Then right here, you switch into human. You have stacks. So you have 5 stacks. You don't need to do anything. You switched out of tree to roll. You don't need to roll. Just click W. You're completely invincible. You're invincible until the end of your W, and you'd cleanse everyone here. Everyone here would be safe. They wouldn't get pulled. So this thing right here that goes off that pulls people, I'll show it to you. You counter it. So right here, this thing. See this? This is what I was talking about. The purple witch work. This outline. This pulls people into the center. It will pull people into the center. So you, since you were standing here in your tree, if you click this circle does nothing, and that means this person gets to walk out for free, this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, maybe this guy, because your circle's this big. Here's your circle. So you'd hard counter their entire engage, and they do no damage to you. They do no damage because you're completely invincible. But instead, you switch to human and jump out, which kills those guys. And then you W afterwards. You can't be scared on this weapon. You can't.
Walking. Gig through. On top of me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On top of me now.
They're all in Hellion Hood. He can't press anything.
Yo, chase him away.
Go beneath
No
heels,
fear, baby.
go beneath
No fear.
heels,
Walk
go
inside them.
beneath heels.
Gig through if you have gig. Walk inside. Yo, goop. Yo, put these on. 10
I have no idea what you're doing right now.
Oh my god, I did. Yo, Luke. They're all goops.
Okay. Well, okay. So here, you messed up. Okay, going from this,
I'm full walking.
you should be immediately walking in with Hawk. So hit your assassin. I mean, you've used your boots in the wrong direction, so this is not good. But hit your assassin hood and start walking towards getting up here. You need to be up here, going with the team. You need to be inside the team. You got to think about yourself as the heart of the team. Wherever the body goes, you're in the center.
Walking. Gig through.
You're just spamming like Q's and W's like you're a DPS. You're a support, not a DPS.
They're all in Hellion Hood. He can't press anything.
So what you need to do is go like right in here and just rip a W maybe. Because they're probably not going to get another engage off. Just go in here and rip a W because your W like slows a bunch of people and heals all our guys and gives a shield. So just go in there and rip a W.
Go beneath heels.
Get in there. There you go. But instead you get scared again at full HP and back up. And you're like hitting random people. I mean, this W wasn't it was pretty bad. You should have done that further up on all the enemies.
I need some heals. Oh, fuck. Thank you.
At least you guys wiped them.
Max gets 20 kills. Fallacy's kicked from the guild.
Okay. Shaper.
Shaper. Same mounted.
They almost dismounted me with that.
So, hopefully you're learning from this,
they're
but
putting that stupid ass guardian armor combo.
another witch work. This is allies, so I don't blame you for not helping them. Only do it. Only dismount once Hawk's dismounted or our collar's dismounted.
I don't know. Maybe Smash.
Yeah, smash.
Right over here. 100%. He comes on this corner again. I'm gonna.
He's on Mistwalker Hood. And he's got a beamer and an Enig with him. He's hitting.
No reason to be standing here at all. You're just waiting to get bombed.
Party 2, I mark Shaper with
I like that you're running the shield Q now, though. That's better. I can accept this W. I still don't think it's as good as the pull or polymorph. Being able to yoink people is just good. Again, I guess right now while you're learning, maybe this is the right thing for you because you could just throw it out and get some stacks and go back into tree form. But eventually you probably want to use polymorph or the pull. Or there's the one that like pulls allies, it, like pulls allies to you. That one can be pretty good too. I've seen some people be really good with it. I usually don't run it because it's a little too complicated and I feel like it makes me not focus on the right things, but that's also an acceptable W.
22 skull is the energy shaper.
Okay, let's skip forward.
Get to me, get to me, get
What
to me.
was that W?
There's a bomb looking over the wall right now.
Shaper.
Okay, that was...
Get to me, get to me, get to me.
I don't think you really know what your weapon does. I don't know if this was like you got thrown on this weapon or what, but your W gives a slight shield. It heals a little bit. It does a slow to enemies, and it removes like it makes allies immune from displacement effects like pulls, stuff like that. So a shaper, an enemy shaper, which is what this weapon is, all it does is shoot a giant laser beam in this direction that does damage. That's all it does. And then this thing that's following behind him is a pole hammer that shoots a line stun ability. So all they're doing is shooting a line stun and a line damage. Your W does nothing for either of those abilities. All it does is maybe it gives people a little bit of a shield, but it's, in my opinion, not worth using your W for that. So, like, if you were using your W for that, we're doing something wrong. People shouldn't be standing in that.
Yo, get to me. I'm hitting shallow. I'm gonna hit shallow on the gate. Shallow on the gate, southeast 5.
So here, you're about to hit shallow southeast on the gate. So here's the gate. All your people are going to be hitting right here. You need to be standing right here with your big ass circle ready to help them when they come back, so they don't get counter engaged on.
3, 2, 1, on the gate.
So they're ripping.
Come back.
So you're standing up on a wall,
Come back.
which is completely pointless, and you're probably gonna die.
Yo, come northeast. We're gonna reach that northeast. We're gonna
Yeah. Again, if you were gonna stand up on this wall, you need to be in tree form,
Watch out, bomb.
not in human form. Be in tree form so that at least you're helping these people who are up on the wall. Like, okay, if you want to guard the people up on the wall with your tree form from a bomb squad, from the witch work, okay. But, I mean, I don't think that's what you're supposed to do. Of course, it's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be down here. These people shouldn't be standing up here unless they can dodge a bomb squad themselves. You should be standing down there to help the allies and main engage and main DPS. But if you're gonna, you need to be in tree form with your W up off cooldown. That means you need to use your assassin hood always after. Anytime you use tree W, you assassin hood. Always. If you don't have tree W up, you're trolling. You need to have it up all the time. So because right here, if you tree W this, you probably don't save those two retards, but you'd still be doing your job.
We're gonna reach that northeast. We're gonna
Like Salmonius standing up here, he has ice block. I don't know what these two ally tanks were doing up here. They're retarded, but it's still your job to click W. If you're going to stand up there, you need to click W.
wait for CDs. This area right
Also, you Guardian armor nothing.
here, you will not get hit by the shaper.
The way you play, too, right now, with really passive, is just, you should run Judy armor, not Guardian armor. If you're going to run Guardian, you need to use it.
They have 2 shaper bombs.
Otherwise, just use, don't stand in that shaper. You need to use Judy armor and just drop it for help people with heals. I always run Judy on tree, almost always. Unless I know 1000% we're going to be fighting like a Brawl Zerg open world. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I'd run Guardian then. Okay, that was like you tried to tree W, but your positioning was really bad. At least you where are you going?
Can I have one?
What are you Guardian armoring?
Can I have one person? Simon, oh.
Yeah, I can smack.
Yo, Smack, 20 kills? Was that 20?
What are you doing? That you get confused? Yeah, that's allies. You need to be with our team. Yeah.
Damn, you guys are dying together.
You gotta keep track of crown.
The other day
Big
the
thing
guy
you
got
need to
done.
do. I should tell you, it'll help. You see this crown? You need to make this bigger, which you do in this settings right here. You go into this, and there's some settings in there for making party size bigger, party size icons bigger. If it's, I'm pretty sure it's in here. If it's not, it's in here. But you need to have someone help you do that. Make this party size icon extra, extra large, so you can't lose track of it. But anyway, you shouldn't be following purple. Purple bad, green good.
The other day they died right on top of each other.
I saw that. I know.
You shouldn't be scouting either. On this weapon, you're not a scout. You're too valuable to be a scout. And you don't have any movement. Like, if they catch you, you're dead. Because you don't have any stacks when they catch you, so...
They've pulled out. No, Alex is probably gonna call on the stream.
They're 44%.
Zigzag is fully bashed. Just kidding. I need to make sure this Westgate doesn't get bashed. This Westgate gets bashed or something.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, I mean, this is fine for right now. I'm doing a full WOD review. I know it's long, but I'm doing it, so hopefully it helps you. Or it helps other people who are going to play this weapon. It's not an easy weapon. You need to understand the game. But if you can learn it, it's a goated weapon.
Are they full pushing? Are we able to full push?
I don't where your positioning is right now. I'm going to be, and this isn't to like flame you. It's to make you realize that you need to watch some VODs or something. Your positioning right now is probably the worst positioning I think I've ever seen. And I've seen some pretty bad positioning. Right now, you are doing absolutely nothing for the team, and you're a team weapon. You're putting yourself in danger of just getting solo killed. You're not at the objective. You're not even with allies. You're completely by yourself. And you're scouting nothing because they can't even get through this gate. So there's no reason to even scout this because this gate is blocking them. So it's not like you're saying, oh, I'm scouting for if they flank this way. There's no one here. So there's 0 point to you being here.
I'm going on this zigzag. I want to push out zigzag. Are you guys gonna
You're going to get full engaged on by their entire Zerg if you stand here.
No, they're pulling out. They're pulling out.
Oh, you're dead.
All you do is lock on your eyes to this crown. You stand within the Zerg that he's moving, and you walk. And you just walk. And if he gets anywhere near enemies, you're in tree form, waiting for them to engage on us. And if we hit someone, you have your finger on the tree button, ready to W us on the way back. That's your entire objective. I know I've said that a lot, but I just want you to realize that's all you do. And yeah, the weapon's kind of boring to play it that way, but also when you W, you save everyone's life. So they're like, oh my god, like they may not even realize it in the moment that you did that and why they didn't get pulled and why they didn't die and what could have happened. But when you watch the VODs back, it's like you're doing what you're supposed to. It's like Locust.
Wait. On the gate northeast at 5.
So you're mounted for some reason.
4, 3.
I just want to say, based on the way you play, it seems like you're scared to lose your gear. If you're scared to lose your gear, just to be honest with you, you can't play Albion. So the first thing you need to do in Albion is figure out how to make money. You can't doing PvP in Albion doesn't make money almost ever. You usually lose money, and you have to be willing to lose money. So if you can't get your economy under control for your personal, like you need to do some crafting, do some islands, do some gathering, ganking. Ganking can make money. You need to do something to be able to, when you go out to PvP, if you can't slash suicide in your set and not care, you either don't have enough money or you're wearing too expensive of gear. If you're wearing the bare minimums that the guild requires for your role and you can't slash suicide in it, you need to go make money. Otherwise, you can't be in a PvP guild yet because no one's going to give you money. You can go to one of those regear guilds and they can regear you, but the reason that they regear is because they slave you 24/7. If you want to be in a guild where you have freedom to do stuff and join your own content, not be a slave, then you need to be able to pay for your own sets. And not be afraid to die in them. And really, it's not that expensive. Like, what you're wearing right now is not that expensive.
Walk in. Come play.
Do not be on your mount during stuff like that. Until you hear the caller say mount up. Okay, this unintentionally was probably the best W you've done. But it was late. So right here, you turn W. You get pulled by their golem. So you getting pulled by the golem should never happen. You should already be Wing before he golemed. so that nobody gets pulled. Because if you W before the golem, then you don't get pulled and anyone else in the range doesn't get pulled. And then they don't die. But if you get pulled, okay, spam W, like spam it on your keyboard as fast as possible so that when you hit here, you W everybody and at least it helps them walk out of it. Like it helped Former here. I think Former's gigged and he'll probably walk out of it anyway, but still, this was your best W. Anyone in this range during this engage got helped by your W. Now, the thing you need to do after this, after you come out of your W, you're going to roll right towards the collar. So wherever the collar is, which I think Hawk's this way. So you're going to roll right here. Then, then what you need to do is walk up over here, Assassin Hood. Then when you Assassin Hood, it's going to reset your roll sandals again. Okay? Because these are only like a 10 something cooldown. After you Assassin Hood, you're going to roll again right on top of Hawk. And you're going to sit in your new tree form again after you shield Q and W something to get stacks. You're going to sit in your tree form with your W active, ready for the next engage. And then rinse and repeat. That's all you do. But let's see what you do.
10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds.
You're in the middle of them with the hard.
Okay, good roll. I like the roll.
Get through. You
I
have
like
to
the
get through.
Assassin Hood.
5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds. On top of me, 5.
You need to stack. Good. You're getting stacks. You throw your W. Now turn tree form.
2, 1.
Okay, Guardian Armor's fine.
Top me now.
Your positioning on this Guardian Armor is very dangerous. You can still die with Guardian Armor. If you're going to Guardian Armor, you need to be not where they're hitting. You need to be on top of their DPS. That is hitting. So like if you were like back here, like up in here while they're hitting, that would do something. But standing on top of the engage with Guardian Armor, you might die.
I hit them.
Good gig pot. Yeah. So this giant ally engage, I know you don't want to play with allies, but right here, if you did what I said and you turn tree form right here, you should be in tree form. And then you W right here. Look how many people just got pulled that you could have prevented. Now again, you shouldn't be doing this for allies. I'm just saying if you did do this, you would prevent all those guys from getting pulled. So right here, all these guys that got pulled, if you just sat here with tree form, which your W came up off cooldown, and you treed this, all these guys don't get pulled. But you shouldn't be with allies. You should be with Hawk, who's calling us. Let our allies fend for themselves. They have their own supports that should be doing their job. Unless the caller says help allies, then you can go use your cooldowns for allies. You are fully with allies right now. I am going to assume you are very new to the game. So again, this isn't to flame you, it's to help you. But you are doing a lot of stuff wrong. So you need to watch some VODs and keep posting these like you're doing so you can get help. I would also, for right now, if you haven't committed to like speccing this weapon completely, I would pick a different weapon. This weapon is not an easy weapon to play. I would play something like what's in our comp? Let me pull up our comp and see if I can give you a different weapon. Again, play what you want. I'm just saying if you are open to playing a different weapon, I would. Especially while you're learning. Let's see. Like Oathkeeper's pretty easy. Locust is probably easier than Tree because you don't have to worry about shift. It's like the same play style as Tree, like the same logic, except then your E's ranged so you can stand further back and you don't have to shift between human and whatever. I wouldn't play any of the tanks because I think they're too, you have to have good positioning. The DPS is too important. So I would stick to like Locust, Oathkeeper, Incubus is pretty hard, Shadowcaller is very hard, Damnation's pretty hard. So unless you want to be a healer, I'd play one of those roles. You could play Icicle. You could play Enigmatic or RootBound. Those are the roles I'd play. I wouldn't play anything else for right now. And if you're not new to the game and I'm just flaming you or something, I'm sorry, but yeah, what other people were saying in this VOD is definitely true. You were seemed very new. let me see if I can find um, let me see if I can find a here we go. I have two. This one's better. This is playing against a kite comp, I think.
He came up the hill now. He's coming south. On top of the hill.
Come back down now, come back down now.
So this is, I'll link this to you so you can watch as well as the other one. That's RootBound point of view, but this is how to play RootBound.
He wrote. They're so bad.
Let's see.
Down the hill now, she's down the hill.
With the face and choke.
Come down now, come down now, come down now.
So just notice that my positioning always is going to be within the team. Like I am just like right here in the team.
It's a bait, it's a bait.
This isn't perfect gameplay, but it's
What a big bait. Careful,
somewhat
careful,
good. So here again, I'm running the Yoink W. I call it the Yoink W. So that if anyone gets inside of us, I pull them. And I keep them inside of us. So right here, this guy jumps in to stop us.
Careful, careful, come.
And I pull him back in.
Look at this thing, it's
And he just used his Cleric Robe. So the whole reason we get this kill, basically, and this guy panics and uses his Cleric Robe is because I yoinked him inside.
Take inside, wait. Get him.
Oh, he didn't use his Cleric. Someone just froze him. Okay, but still. He just had to gig pot and use his
Why are we
shoes.
wasting space for him?
So he just used everything to get out.
Because
Because just because I W'd him inside.
Let's go west, we have it. Careful.
And like right here, they're looking for an engage, which I've played the game for a long time, so I can kind of tell when people are looking for an engage because again, this guy, the Hodge, on their kite comp is inside of us, and also just like the flow of their entire Zerg changed and is looking at us. So I am now in tree form. I will not leave tree form until they engage. And I have my finger on this button ready to click it the moment I see them even blink like they're going to engage. I click W.
Now south,
Oh, wait, let me just...
Careful,
they got
soft,
fully
careful,
cancelled.
So I held my W. I'm like, they didn't engage, then I don't W. I don't panic. I purely just wait. I wait. So now they're moving back. So I'm like, okay, they're moving back. They're probably not going to engage. And I need to maintain stacks. So I turn out of tree form.
Market side, market side.
I W this guy who's inside, who's Girodi.
One market side, guys.
He cleric cals, so I made him cleric cal,
Keep-
and we killed him.
Okay, he died.
One more. No, just
Kill him,
that was another guy.
Get him.
That was
Come
a
back.
different guy.
And right now, I could tell that, okay, then look right here. I saw their Hodge turn around again towards us. He's probably going to engage.
Please, focus up, man.
Okay, no.
So these two guys, I was late here, to be honest. I should have walked up to help those two guys, but those two guys were out of position.
Nice walking
But I still W'd to save them. The moment after my engage, watch what I do. I run up, I maintain my positioning. I even use my boots offensively.
Look north. You have it.
I use my boots offensively because I know I'm going to be low on movement, so I gain a lot of ground right now. And then I use my assassin hood so that by the time my assassin hood is up, my team will be right here on top of me. Because if I used my assassin hood back here, then my team would be over here and I'd be back here. I'd be like out of position.
Okay.
So I use my assassin hood, and then I get right back into my team. And for some reason we didn't kill that guy.
It's gonna be straight south. It's gonna be straight south.
Okay.
So right here, I'm probably gonna turn tree form here soon.
Careful on the wall.
Yeah, I go tree form and I'm trying to guard as many. So the Hodge is running in.
Now,
Hodge is looking, yeah.
He hasn't clicked W yet,
You killed Hodge. You have
Fully
it. You have
cancelled.
it.
but I clicked W here because if he couldn't pull, he tried to pull. This guy tried to pull, but he got bopped to Narnia, and then he decided I'm not gonna pull anymore. So I just W'd so that he couldn't do anything. Because if he pulled us within range here, they threw a Spirit Hunter, so they were looking to engage, and their whole engage went bad. So I W'd and they got cucked, and we're probably gonna kill their Hodge because of it.
Look at Hodge. 3, 2, 1.
Still not
Kill
range.
Hodge. It's fine. Kill after. Kill him. Kill through.
He survives because he has gig pot, but see, I'm yoinking another guy. Like I yoinked this guy inside. So I yoinked their RootBound because he was out of position. All from my W. I've gotten us like 3 or 4 potential kills. Made him use his boots.
they're coming now, over the hill.
So here again, I could stand here near this wall and like I could have guarded people, but I don't believe in helping people who are out of position. If you're out of position, you're going to die. I'm standing here in the team and guarding the team. If you want to stand here and die in a dangerous spot, not my job to guard you. You're dead.
Like no one should be dying there.
Yeah, just what our caller said. No one should be dying there.
We have it? Oh,
Oh my god.
So again, I'm just standing right inside the team, walking around.
3, 2, 1, kill scanner.
I reset my
How does he clerical in
my
my
tree W or my cooldowns.
They have cooldowns now.
Come south, come south. But you see
Again,
the
I'm going to
south
be
is
looking
like
for
not gonna
W's.
No hard, no hard.
When I know they don't have engage because I can kind of guess when they're going to do it. You, if you're playing this tree, should just be W. Just stay in your tree form. But like right here, I'm looking to just yoink a tank to try and make them engage.
Come southward, come southward.
They're looking now? They're looking
Yeah,
now?
like-
No.
So like right here, they tried to engage.
Me, bro.
It all went wrong. Even if they got an engage off, which our D tank stopped it, I would have treated.
They usually the outside.
So like then right here is when you can use your yoink W to pull some people who are inside. So like I immediately reset my tree W as much as I can with my assassin hood,
Come north, come north.
and then I yoink some tanks inside. So like this guy,
How long am I rooted? Okay,
I
okay,
think I'm
let's
gonna
go.
yoink him
Focus
back.
is-
Yep. So I yoinked this guy back. I made him use his shoes.
1 kill. Oh,
This was when these shoes were completely broken, so it was kind of AIDS. But if you did this now, that guy would be dead 100% because nobody runs those shoes.
They're coming now.
head front, head front.
So again, I'm not up there because
Okay, walk up to the
I'm with the team. If someone wants to stand up near that engage and die, they can go stand up.
Nice, nice, nice.
I get stunned by a mob here, which is great. So I immediately use my shoes so that I can catch up, hopefully. But
Okay,
these shoes are kind of shit.
3, 2, 1, south.
Again, here's so I turn tree and walk forward here because I assume we just hit, and then they have cooldowns, so they're probably gonna counter.
Careful over the bend, careful over the bend. Careful over the
So I'm
bend.
waiting for their engage. I'm just waiting for it.
Full west. They're looking now. They're
Front,
got
head
cancelled.
front, head front, head front, head
I got
front. Walk
cancelled.
south. Okay, but you go
I
first
didn't
to
even
south,
I didn't
to
even
south,
W
south.
there because their engage was so
South,
bad.
south, take over the south, take over the
I
south.
just
Yeah,
saved it.
Okay, come south here, come south here. Keep moving south, keep moving south, keep moving south.
And this isn't some like
Keep moving
shitter
west,
guild.
keep
This
moving
is
west.
contingent. They were pretty good at the time.
We have 2 heavy.
So it's like those people you were fighting endangered. It's like the same level of group. So you can do what I'm doing. It's not hard.
They're looking now. North.
Head north, head north, head north.
So again, like anyone who's north up here, these two guys, they're way too out of position for me to go help. So if they die, they die.
Come west,
I'm
west.
helping the mass of people.
You see, wait.
I don't step out of position to help one guy.
You're gonna kill the healer south.
And I never leave the team.
Healer on the south. Actually, inside. 3, 2, 1, die inside.
They're looking now. They're looking now.
What are you doing, man? Look at the mark, man, please. It's so fucking bad.
I think they used. I'm not sure.
Kill this. Come south, like, I don't know.
Hopefully you watch this out. I know it's really
No.
long, but
Head for behind.
hopefully you watch
Why is
this
he
so that
dying?
it helps
Why is no
you.
one speaking? Come north, careful.
Got polymorph.
Dog shit.
So here I switched to polymorph, which is a good way of if you're dealing with this issue where people are tanks are cleric cowling inside of you and you can't kill any other tanks against a kite zerg. Switch to poly and if your caller's focusing on the people inside, poly the person he's gonna kill, and then you get kills. So I switched to polymorph.
You should go up the chooks off it.
Okay,
They're at the chooks. You should northwest.
Alright. On the guy
So like
side,
right
3,
here.
2, 1.
So like see this guy inside.
Just hold,
He's
just hold.
hugging west wall, by the way.
Alright.
Follow is hugging west wall.
Okay.
So this
on the-
guy jumps inside, and then I know we're gonna engage on him, so I polymorph him
Guy inside
before.
us. 3, 2, 1 guy inside us. He's morphed.
So now he can't cleric cow.
Yeah,
It's
looking-
it's
they're
so
looking.
fucking easy if you like this. Just focus up. Just hold here.
And I think one of our guys
Thanks, Gary,
die
for the
here
thought
because
there,
he's
Klaus.
super out of position or something.
Okay, I better not say that. Come south.
They're looking now. They're looking now.
And I hear them say they're looking, so I walk up
Wait, head front.
and I tree the engage. And just notice how their engages just do nothing.
Straight on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, straight on, hit us.
And then here I should use my assassin hood so I get my W back.
Get him the hemis, careful, heal charge or raw jacket. Get him the hemis, nice.
But I'm waiting to see if I can polymorph.
Wait, on
They have
after,
cooldowns
wait.
now. They're on the west wall. They're on the west wall.
I'm sorry.
Careful stuff. Careful stuff.
Okay, come north, come north.
Yeah, occulting north, they're occulting north.
Also, give me a root, give me a root, give me a root.
So this whole time I'm just watching them to see
Tank
if they're
inside,
gonna
tank inside,
engage.
3, 2, 1, tank inside now.
Again, I
Tank inside.
polymorph the tank
Fine, it's fine,
inside, so he can die.
Come southeast, come southeast. You kill the another tank. Come southeast here. Don't attack the east wall, don't attack the east wall. Are they looking
They're
at us?
looking.
No,
Come west.
yeah,
They're looking
Come
now.
west, come west, come west. You're ready to
I
So
look
this
at-
guy way out of position. I went up to try and save him. I shouldn't have done this.
East,
No,
east.
no,
So I tried to W save him. Wouldn't have helped him. Was a really bad play. Should have just let him die. I don't know what that guy's doing.
Look northwest, healer. You see some northwest? 3, 2, 1. Healer northwest, healer north, healer north. Realm lanes, come
He
southeast.
resied as well.
Come southeast, come southeast.
Their tanks are playing further back now. Drop the upper north.
They're looking east. They're looking east now. East now. East now. East now.
Yeah, how
So here I didn't have my W up because I didn't use my assassin hood fast enough, which was a mistake.
Walk straight north, walk straight north, walk straight north, straight
Greater
north, straight
Kinsem,
north,
Greater
east,
Kinsem.
east,
But
east.
here I use it anyway since I can match cooldowns. So what that means is since they just engaged, I didn't use my W. I might as well use it because they're not going to get engage up before I get mine up. So I just used it.
Walk through it, walk
And I
through
used
walk
it to
through
slow
walk through
those
walk through
people.
And look, walk, 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 walk.
Irma,
You,
they're
SPD inside us.
yeah.
SPD east. 3, 2, 1. SPD east now. SPD east now.
From dead.
Good shit, good shit. Come south, we kill the caller. It's fine, it's fine. Walk south, walk south, walk south, walk south.
They're walking
Look
north.
straight in there.
They might be
I think
leaving.
it's over at this point.
They're looking. They're looking. They're looking. They're looking.
Okay, come.
But that's the gist of it. I'll link these two VODs